When we are asked, what is your name? The true correct answer is the name given to this vessel or this body is. Or the other way is to say, the name I was temporarily given, because one can change that name. Or the other answer is, the name I was given is. Now, the interesting thing is, so many people may hear this and go, what does he mean? It's like this. No one is living in the word I. I only represents the destination of where something is being talked to is. So this body is here. I represents that body. But because we cannot control all the functions, and those who are watching this video and don't believe it, test it. Don't blink for 20 minutes. The body is going to blink. The body is going to blink, not you, the body. Have somebody hit you with something. The pain. You didn't give yourself that pain. The body gave that pain. Eat something that the body doesn't agree with. The reaction is the body's reaction, not your reaction. So the words I, me, myself, you, yours, those are words of possession. Possession means full control of. So no one here is in full control of this body we've been temporarily given by those who believe in the creator is the creator, those who believe in sperm and egg, and that's even worse because that's two people to make one body. So that means if DNA is totally correct, there's so many things that go to show that this one body is created by two sources. That means we don't have full control over this one body. So it could be atoms people believe they're created by, it doesn't matter. The point of this message is that no one's in control of this body we've been temporarily given. The reason why we say the word temporarily is because no one knows when death is really going to come. Doesn't matter if we're scared of it or embrace it. It's going to come when we cannot control it. So everything is temporary. So we never answer anything in I am. Can't, because we can't control the I. We can't control the I. The only time we use I is to dictate where this body is. What the body does, we don't say I. We say we or us. Because we're trying to get in connection with this body. This is why so many people are saying they're believing in the systematic sentence. It's a spell. Spell is a kind of, illusion. I'm finding my own journey. I'm finding myself. No, we're finding ourselves in this one body. That's what it means, trying to connect with every property this body's been given. Period. So with that being said, we now have to move on to what is the word indoctrination. Many people have heard this vessel say it, but what this vessel is saying is not just about signing the contract, because we're all taught to sign in school. From kindergarten, we're just taught to sign things. Sign, sign, sign. And that name we are given is not us. That's a name given. We did not choose that name. Now, people can say later you can change your name, but the fact that you have to register it with a system makes it not a choice. Because no one here then can walk around with no name, because that would be the truth. None of us really have a name. Do not believe in this whole thing that God gave us a name. No, God gave us a name. Jesus' name is not registered with the state. There's no such thing. These are slave moves, colonization moves. So with that being said, indoctrination, this vessel is not talking about the paperwork being signed, because we're all forced to sign papers to do things. Parents who were forced and grandparents that were forced have now forced all of us to go to school and go through different things where we're just signing names, and system has an imprint of how these vessels sign things, which they can use them for later to go against people. So the whole point of indoctrination is the spirit behind what's being signed. What does that mean? It means inside these vessels are spirit, or spirits, depending on what goes on. Anytime anything is signed, it's an agreement with the spirits that were before that vessel that signed. So with that being said, a lot of people out here are forced to sign things that they want to take care of somebody, the elderly, a disabled child. And these are all things that the system created, meaning they disabled children, they disabled the elderly with poor food, poor drinks, poor things in the air that have poisons in it. They've poisoned all these people. So to make them have to sign to take care of them already is a sad way of using indoctrination. But most people who are in those situations don't even look at that, because we're all in slavery. So what that means is that at the end of the day, this system can lie and just pick up everybody and start slaughtering people across the street. Kind of like that movie Purge. That can happen any moment. People just don't realize it. So with that being said, what this vessel is talking about is the spirits behind what we sign that we know is confusing and destructive. If someone is just trying to help the elderly or children that are disabled and stuff like that, signing those paperworks and whatever they can do with that, the intention is good. So the spirit behind signing that is good. But then there's those people who work in certain systems where they know they're disabling people, giving people the wrong medicines, telling people lies in schools, telling children lies. Those signatures, those spirits are demonic spirits the person is signing with. This is what indoctrination is. Those people who say voting's no good and then they just want to go and vote one day just to see what it's like, why would they put the spirit they've been temporarily given behind that signature? That's what indoctrination means. It's what someone signs, knowing that it's confusing, destructive, or productive in order to live life. It's that simple. So with that being said, let's go over that again for the children. Remember, the greatest answer and the truest answer is to say, the name I was given. So we all have heard stories. An aunt or a mother created the name that a person's given, or even say in entertainment, the audience created the name given to even this vessel when they saw this vessel do what is known as house dance, and they put the word footwork there. This is not a name this vessel gave. If this vessel had a true choice, it would not have a name, because a name is not needed, because we're all living lineage of purposes. We're not living names, we're living purposes. The purposes are either confusion, destruction, evil, or love, productivity, faith, nature things. So what's the lineage of purpose we live? Not the name, the lineage of the purpose. Because after these vessels are gone, something else carries on that purpose. Everything's about the lineage of purpose. After 18:6.